Only 90% of the time.
90% of the time he's a walking face farm, yeah, it's fine. And we are back! Welcome, welcome, one and all, to the madness. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, you guys continue onwards, Bracken's in front of you, and he continues to talk about his home quite lovingly. And he talks about his brothers and how evil they are to have stolen his throne from him. Indy makes the skeleton follow one step behind Bracken's, imitating him. So you've got a skeleton with a crossbow walking backwards behind Bracken's in front of you, walking backwards and imitating him. Love it. Love everything about it. So it copies his arm gestures and things, and occasionally he catches a glimpse out of the corner of his eye where he turns round. But of course that makes the skeleton turn round and just look as if it's walking straight forwards. Can't wait to be back in my own lair. So, my lair is the best lair of them all. Now, things you should be aware of that they probably forgot to teach you in mortal school. My lair is the deepest, darkest lair of the Underrealm. It's the 6th layer. Yes, there's another 5 of these bad boys. Enjoy. It's called a hail, and I will...
Oh, hey, I've read that one before.
Oh, bonus points for anyone who can guess where this character's name came from. With permission, of course.
You're ridiculous.
I am ridiculous. This character was planned 1.5 years ago. Anyway, for those who went to Bothwell, the first ever Bothwell School of Witchcraft, there was a character there that everybody knew called Bracken Zahaliz. So this demon guy is inspired by his name called Bracken Zahale. I know, but you know, not everyone can pull names out of their arse. I can sometimes, but not in this case. So,
I'm creating a class list for my Harry Potter fanfic right now. That is literally what I'm doing right now.
Hey, I invented a whole world and named every NPC in it. I'm allowed to take some liberties with a few of them.
Woman, please, that's what I do for lunch.
Rawr. Anyway, so he continues on. There are 6 layers, mine, the darkest and deepest, and the best. It's called a hail. That is where we shall be heading today. Make sure you try not to go anywhere else, because I don't exactly have sway over the other layers, so I can't necessarily keep you out of trouble. We don't get many living visitors down here, at least not ones who haven't asked for it, except on, well, there's one particular layer that gets quite a lot of visitors, and he looks at you, Arissa, and winks. I think you and I might take a visit there one day. You'd rather enjoy that one. Anyway, so yes, more on that later. So I can't save you from torment, torture, and potential long, agonizing, painful death if you go in any of the other layers. So we'll make it to a hail and then see how we go. Now, if you want to assist me in overrunning my brothers, feel free to do so. But I can handle them all on my own, so feel free to sit around like squishy ducklings and just watch the terror and chaos.
Ooh, that will be fun.
Now, each layer is based on something. To put it simply, to you mortals, it would be some kind of sin. Now, mine is the best kind. Mine is the sin of pride. Yes, I have it in buckets, and I shall have it for the rest of eternity. And that is what a hail is. Prideful, amazing, wonderful. But it means you'll have to be extra especially careful because we don't tend to allow visitors, which means they will notice new people there. So, I will have to overthrow my brothers rather quickly and get you all in, but I'm sure it will be absolutely fine. Now then, we, as demons, are above all others there, so just watch your P's and Q's and mind how you speak to everybody, lest you get in terrible trouble. So, the portal we want when we get to the list of portals, there will be a few of them, and make sure you pick the right one. It will be, and at that moment, as he is walking backwards, Indy, could you please do a dexterity check, but don't add anything, just on behalf of your skeleton. Just roll a d20.
Okay. That's an 18 natural there.
Okay. So, your skeleton does not get hit by this. However, Brakens is suddenly caught in the arms of 2 of the 3 telepathic demon creatures who have spotted him and swooped down to grab him. They are shouting at him in a language none of you can understand. Does anybody here speak Abyssal or Infernal?
Just checking.
Hold on. No, that's one of that. Those are the 2 languages I don't speak.
Nope.
Nope. Marvellous. So, the language, if anybody spoke either of those, you'd be able to pick up bits and pieces, and it's a weird sort of combination of the 2 combined with something else that's indeterminate. But basically, to you guys, it sounds like a lot of sort of roaring and shouting and strange, weird noises, like very, very angry German metal. The third telepathic... Yes?
Does primordial work?
It would give you a little idea. You wouldn't be able to completely translate it, though. Do you speak primordial?
Yeah.
There's a little bit of that in here. It seems to be a real mix of strange, deep, dark languages. Basically, you get the words you can sort of understand from the tone of what they're saying are... they've said his name, they've said Brakens, and they're laughing at him, and they've said foolish, they've said dead, and hours. So
I'll just like relay to Indy specifically. Uh-oh, he's in trouble. And then just continue.
Was that via message?
No, because I don't have the cantrip.
Ah.
That was a whisper.
Ah, okay. Indy's gonna look at the pixie, then look at Brakens and just shake her head and go, like, basically tisking.
Okay, Brakens is not paying a lot of attention to your tisking right now, because he has been caught and he's got both of his arms held backwards above his head by the 2 telepathic creatures. The other one comes swooping down towards them and has its claws out and makes an attack straight into his chest, which doesn't knock him for 6, but he does take some damage. Ariel, you then understand one of the last words you hear them say to him, and it is, caught. Brakens shouts something back to them in a similar language, and one of the words you can sort of understand from that is never. And then they start to lift him up into the air and start flying him away.
Uh-oh.
I think we just lost our guide.
That was careless.
Are any of you going to do anything or attempt to do anything?
To be fair, these guys were bigger than the average demons that are about 20 times my size. No, I'm good here.
What's that do?
Which direction is he flying?
They are flying him sort of straight up and off into the distance over the current bit of land you are on, so further onwards.
They're probably going faster than I can fly, right?
Let me just check. Yes, they are at least 20 times your size with wingspans to match.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to keep up.
Okay. Brakens shouts something back towards you all. Could you all do a perception check to try and hear what he says?
That's an issue.
Nat 1 for Errol. Sorry about that. 7 Arissa. Okay, Indy and Belgarath, you only managed to catch the last bit as he's carried away. And the last thing that you managed to catch is, remember, portal, right colour. And then he is gone into the middle distance. So, you guys are sort of shuffled along with a lot of the rest of the, well, dead people around you. And you find yourselves near a big opening in what probably used to be some sort of town square. And you can see before you huge shimmering portals, all in different colours. And they stand in front of you. There are 5 shimmering portals, all in different colours. The colours are red, black, gold, white, and purple.
Arissa is immediately drawn to the white.
What were the colours again, sorry?
Red, black, white, purple, and gold.
You had me at red.
Okay.
It's the colour of fire and the colour of the scales behind my ears, so make...
Indy's gonna look at Errol and Arissa and go, the pretty demon said something about choosing right color portal.
The right color or the white color? Because white is not a color, it is... No.
It sounded like
I'm
right.
gonna go for whatever portal she wants to go for.
Hey! I think we all know which color Kess would go for.
Kess, everybody, we have a Kess. She may only be able to listen and just type in chat. That is absolutely fine. Kess, if you can hear me, type a big yes or something. You guys have got into the Underrealm. You were led down there by a guide called Brakens, who is a demon that Urfel does not like and blames for her temporary lapse in power. However, they have come to a truce because he is going to be your guide and help you out through the Underrealm. In exchange, she is giving him access to get back to the Underrealm, which he's been trying to get to for a long time. Over the... Guess immediately she says, do not trust! Do not trust! Excellent. You guys arrived. You arrived in a layer called the Breach, where you got onto a ship with a lot of dead souls and other people, and you got transported to the other side. Brakens did full tour guide mode, got hit on by Arissa, who is now next to naked, fell for it on her nat 20, and now quite fancies Arissa, and continue to give you chat and tell you that the item you guys are looking for Urfel is called a shard, and it's probably located in the hoard in his layer. And he said that he is the true crown prince of the last layer, the deepest layer of Ahale. And he says, well done, Arissa.
Thank you.
He will let you have access to his treasure hoard once he is back in command, and he wants to take over from his princely brothers to take his rightful place as the crowned prince and take over again. As far as you're aware, this is quite strange because he should surely be king, but he's calling himself crowned prince, and that is how it is working apparently. However, just as he was about to tell you that you guys are going to come up to a collection of portals, and in order to get to the right layer, you must take the correct portal. He was going to tell you which one you needed to get into, but unfortunately, 3 huge demons came flying down and grabbed him. They spoke various languages that most of you didn't understand. Kess, do you speak Abyssal or Infernal?
Nah. Oops.
Is that a no?
That was a can you hear me, I guess.
Ah, in which case the answer is not quite.
Somewhat.
Somewhat. From what you understood, as Brickens was carried away screaming at these 3 flying creatures, was that they had captured him, he was in trouble, and they were laughing at him. He tried to sort of fight them off, but did get carried away into the middle distance. He shouted back at you. Actually, Kess, can you do a perception check as well? It's only fair, I'll let you do one too. So yeah, Kess, do a perception check to try and hear the last thing he shouts at you. The rest of them missed most of it, but a couple of them managed to hear him try to tell you which portal to take. Oh, a 7. I'm sorry, Kess. Yeah, Kess, you didn't really hear what he said either. It was lost in the winds and the fire and things. So, you guys have been shepherded on with the rest of the dead people who have been ushered into various different portals by other demonic creatures. You guys now get to choose. There are 5 portals in front of you, and one is red, one is gold, one is purple, one is white, and one is black. So what is black?
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Okay, Kess says black immediately. The skeleton looks at Indy,
from the skeleton.
covers its face with bony hands and starts spinning while pointing. Okay. So, the skeleton standing on the spot starts pointing and lands in between the white and the gold one. So, guys, which portal would you like to take? Kess, you should be aware, you have been warned that if you end up in a layer that does not belong to Brickens, you will probably be in quite a bit of trouble, as living people don't often come down to the underground willingly. However, also, if you end up in a hail without Brickens, he can't necessarily protect you either. What colour was the dude? He had a red tint to his demon skin, sort of white flashing dark eyes, and black horns and black hair. I like this logic. Kess is legit going to say to you all, well, he had black hair, let's go in the black one, I bet. Kess says black, seems fine. So, yeah, you guys have a choice. What colour would you like to go for?
All of them.
He's literally going to walk up to everyone and goes, what's your favourite colour?
I'll answer pink.
I said earlier that Arissa is drawn to the white
Okay.
because it reminds her of the snow of her homeland.
Oh, that's so
Apparently
pure.
wishes she could just dive into because Jesus, warm.
Okay, so I've got Arissa saying white. Ariel, what are you picking?
There's demons standing there, right? Guiding the people in.
They are more shoving them in to various different places, but sure.
I wanted to attempt to talk to them in Primordial.
Okay, what would you like to say?
How would one get to a hill? Like, literally just that.
Okay, do a persuasion check.
Do not feel me. Wait. What can I add to that? Is there anything to save us? That was persuasion, right?
Yes.
Oh, phew. That might not be too lethal then. I rolled a 10, which I assumed was going to be bad, but I have a plus 10 in persuasion.
Okay.
So that's not natural 20.
Well, the first thing that roll does is mean that he can understand you a little bit. You've still got a sort of language barrier, but you're getting the gist of the right words to put in the right inclination and order. The sort of like... It's sort of like a squat imp-like creature, but it's very gangly, and it's squatting over and like shoving people through different coloured portals. But as it stands up to look at you in the air, it sort of gets ganglier and comes up to about 5 foot tall. Quite lanky limbs, and it has quite long pointed teeth, and it gnashes at you. And it responds back in a language that you can sort of understand-ish. Cass draws the demon to help Ariel. Are you doing a spell, Cass? Oh, you're literally just drawing. That's fine. Cass is drawing the demon, that's fine. So, Ariel, the words you can understand are... Well, the first one sounds a great deal like, fuck off.
Right, what a miss.
You're picking what colour portal to go through. None of you can decide what colour. And Ariel is attempting to talk to a nearby demon and get directions. You can draw it with Mage Hand, that's fine. Kess is drawing the demon that Ariel's talking to.
No, she's drawing Brekens, I guess.
No, she's typing. Yeah. Oh!
But
Oh! She's drawing a picture of Brekens to help him know where they're going! Now I understand. Sorry, GM was very slow on her perception just then. So, sure, Cass, do me a dexterity check. Through her raging anger, because she doesn't like this guy.
will he have angry eyebrows and everything? Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Cass just put, shit. Indy walks up behind Cass and nods her head, appreciating the art. Which presumably looks a bit like a 5-year-old's potato drawing right now, given Cass is typing.
The number she rolled was shit.
Nat 1, which ends up as a 3. So basically, Cass has drawn a stick figure with horns.
And then
This guy!
And he's just like, yes, this is amazing. Getting it.
That's how I've been picturing it in my head.
The demon creature like tilts its head and responds, and Ariel, from what you can understand, it's basically what he's saying is, we got a lot of those. And then it holds out its hand to you, and from what you understand, it says, "Want help? Coin."
Can I give it a high five? Because I don't know what the fuck it's saying.
Arissa comes forward and gives it a high five.
It's just like, oh, you got a high five, okay.
Arissa high fives it. Well, it's holding its hand out, so you sort of low five, and the creature like looks at you and like bares its teeth.
Arissa just grinned.
I'll just like tug her hair a little bit and go, no, coins.
Oh. She kind of looks down and she goes, I don't have any pockets right now.
Huh. And I don't have any coins.
It's like, I have coins, but they're not. They're in my pockets, and my pockets aren't on me.
Oh wait, they're on the skeleton guy. That's not below me anymore. Indy!
Yeah?
Can we get your... can we get the skeleton this way?
The skeleton just waltzes on over.
Okay, so where did you have the coin?
So,
The skeleton just starts patting its pockets. It starts pulling out things to see if they're the right items.
Arissa's just like trying to direct it. Like, no, the one next to that one. No, wait, hang on. Try the one that's slightly up a bit. Wait, how many pockets do I have?
Oh, many.
The skeleton holds up a number of fingers.
That's too many pockets.
There's never too many pockets. Meanwhile, Kess is attempting to disguise herself to look like Brooken's. Do a performance check, please, Kess. Aha! She called him Bracken. She gets it. $23. Okay, Kaz, it's painful to you, but you managed to take on the mannerisms and how Brooken's looks and stands, and you, I'm assuming, walk up behind Ariel.
This is right after he was taken away by these 3 big tortured demon boss guys, right?
Yep.
I'm
The
glad
second
we're
she succeeds-
occupied for a bit.
The second she succeeds, the skeleton runs over and does this.
For those of you who can't see this beautifulness, it's a GIF picture of Will Smith going, ta-da! The demon imp creature looks up and, having fluffed its roll, isn't 100% sure how you come to be here, and like takes a step back. And it communicates with you, Kess, in that strange language that you can't quite understand. Ariel, you pick up words such as Ariel, are you translating carefully and quietly?
First, only to myself.
Okay. Ariel, you manage to pick up words such as fucker, looking for you, and fucked up now.
I'll fly over to Brekes, I guess?
Briquettes.
And I'll quickly tell shift back. This is not a good idea anymore. They know who we're looking for. It worked, but turn back now.
I thought she was just going to disguise herself as him to be like, this guy is this guy we're looking for.
Yes, but she now looks
Personally.
she now looks like Hell's Most Wanted.
Pretty much. Ah, yes, you can't speak. Well, you could speak, Kess, but it may spoil the illusion somewhat. So yeah, what would you like to do? The demon imp guy is like pointing at you, and as he speaks and Ariel is translating, he is looking around for other people to call.
Can I?
Can I?
Yeah.
Please.
How stubborn is Kess? I don't know. How stubborn is Kess?
How eager is
How
she?
deep is the ocean? How hot is the sun?
I think we're about to find out. She's typing and it's long. So yes, you guys, now the demon creature is whistling and calling to other creatures who are pushing their way through the crowd, and there is a lot of them coming towards you now. Okay. Cass, pick a colour. Would you like to walk up to the red one, the white one, the gold one, the black one, or the purple one? The black one. Okay.
I told you.
Let me just check. Okay. As you walk up to the black portal, do a perception check to see what his facial reaction is. Everyone else can do this as well if you want. Yep. Oh, 7 cats. Ariel, very good. Cats are too busy looking at the pretty portal. 9 for Indy, okay. Belgarath and Arissa are muted. So if you can hear us, do a perception check. Meanwhile, Ariel, you have noticed the reaction of the little creature as Kess.
Not everyone.
Yes, as Brakess walks up to the black portal. The reaction is a sort of smirk, and a raised eyebrow. Oh, and that 20 for Arissa. Yeah. Belgarath, you'll spot the smug smile. Arissa and Ariel, you spot there is a raised eyebrow and a look of sort of,
Right, okay.
Hmm.
Do you want to go up to another portal, Cass? Okay. What colour portal would you like to go up to? The red one, the white one, the gold one, or the purple? Okay, go up to the red portal. The creature continues to raise its eyebrow, but instead of smirking, it looks a little confused. Okay, do you want to go white, gold, or purple? White, okay. Okay, white is... okay, white, the creature looks, again, a little confused and a little intrigued. Okay. Would you like to go up to the gold or the purple? Purple. Again, another raised eyebrow, and the smirk widens.
I'm not liking that smirk, I said.
Nope.
Gold. Okay. He goes up to gold, and the creature has a strange expression on his face. He looks how to put it into one word? It's not intrigued, that's the wrong word. He looks curious, but in a sort of, is there a plan you've got going on? That kind of face.
Question.
Yes.
Well, now I don't know what to think.
At this moment, I'm mostly thinking, okay.
Nope, that is all the portals you have walked up to, Cass. So,
Can I pull out a coin from the skeleton?
sure. Arissa, mark off a loss of 1 gold coin.
Thanks.
I'm gonna show it to the little demon boy. And
Its eyes widen a little bit.
I'm gonna hold it back again. And I'll just in primordial say one word. Help.
The creature does a sort of beckoning, but in a go that way motion with one of its hands towards Cass.
Towards Guess, which is where there's 5 portals.
Well, currently she's in front of the gold. She just looked at the purple and the gold, so she's standing near those ones.
Okay, well in that case I'm going to reckon it's the gold.
Yeah, same. What I'm gonna do then is I'm gonna toss the gold coin over my shoulder back to Arissa.
Oh god.
The creature at that stamps its foot, and more creatures start to converge and move towards you, and it starts shouting in this strange language. It's very fast for you to understand. It seems that he is deliberately speaking in a way that you wouldn't be able to quite comprehend. You hear things like "get them" and "coin" and "get them."
Time to go. Time to go.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna yell, "Gold now!" and just like start flying towards the golden portal.
Yep, I'm with the pixie on this. Let's go.
Okay. So, are you all going through gold?
Well, I don't really want to be left alone, mostly naked, and
So I guess I'll come.
in the midst of all these demons going after the coin that I now have in my hand.
Indy, are you taking the skeleton with you?
Yep.
Ooh!
Please say
Cass
throwing
is
gold.
throwing gold at them. Yes, bring the skeleton, it has her clothes on. Cass, you point at the portal with a questioning face with your gold, but this one is currently a bit angry, and they're all sort of converging upon you, and they have their like claws outstretched towards you. You throw the 5 pieces at them. A couple of them stop and bend down immediately and start scrabbling to pick them up, but the others are converging, looking really cross. Indy slaps Arissa on the butt on her way through the portal.
Yeah, you're right there, Cass, with the time to go. Yeah, we
Okay.
should probably hurry a bit.
So, you all jump through the gold portal. So, the world around you goes bright gold and shimmering for a second, and then you find yourselves standing on a very strange surface. Can everybody please make me a dexterity save?
Oh,
Wait.
right.
Wait, can I not just fly?
Oh yeah, Errol, you'll be fine.
Hey, yeah.
Skeleton pushes Kess through. Yep. Indy, could you do one for your skeleton as well? Just a d20.
Alright.
Is that said aloud, Errol?
No, but because right now we're supposed to be convinced where we're going.
Okay.
So while Errol is debating this, he's not yelling it out loud yet.
Okay. So, looking around, you guys can see, and you can hear the wind coming through. And again, you can hear the fires, but it's not as warm down here. In fact, the temperature has taken a sudden decline. Arissa, you are no longer compelled to have all of your clothes off. However, the skeleton does look very lovely, so you're in two minds. All around you, you start to be able to see your breath forming in the air. And as you look around, the place is full of huge, large rocks, and the surfaces are mirrored and glassy and icy. Now, everybody who got a 16 or higher, you managed to maintain your balance as you are going through and standing on these surfaces. However,
Everyone except Belgrath.
oh, just Belgrath. So, Belgrath, unfortunately, you step onto this very slippery, icy surface and start skidding towards the edge of one of these huge, glassy sort of plates. And as you get towards the edge, you notice that this layer seems to be suspended somehow in midair. And to the side of huge, glassy, mirrored, icy plates, with a darkened sky all around you with glimmers of stars and huge gusts of wind and clouds, below there is also stars, sky, wind and clouds. And if you fall, you'll be going for a long, long time.
Ah, shite.
Belgrath
Can I
continues to
please
slide
get him?
towards the very edge.
Help!
Rosie, I fly over and I pixie dust him.
Okay. Belgrath, you get to the very edge and for a second think you've gone over because you feel yourself weightless, falling through the air. But then you realise that you're hovering in the air, and you're about 2 feet away from the edge of this glassy sort of rock that you were on. But you are hovering with a pixie above you, slightly glittery.
Can I cast a spell?
Yes.
Okay, I'd like to cast Gust of Wind to blow me back onto the platform.
Okay, you can do. And with a gust of wind, you blow yourself back on and steady yourself. You can maintain hovering if you like. You've got pixie dust that will last for a little while, or you can start walking and stand again.
I'm going to get back down onto my own 2 feet.
Okay, so you guys are stood there. You're very cold. It's quite dark. It's very icy and very mirrored. You can hear noises. You can hear louder now, even louder than you heard them before. Screams and people. You can hear talking. You can hear creatures and laughing and screeching. Can't really see anybody at the moment, though.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Does it look like the right place, Kess? Well, can't see anybody at the moment, so you're not sure. Is this a hail? Is this the 6th layer of the underrealm?
Can we look at like the elevator light, which level it indicates?
Like an elevator. Do an investigation check to sort of look around you and see if there's any signs. Floor 6, welcome to a hail. Enjoy your stay, miserable mortals. Okay, nat 20. What sort of things are you looking for? I will tell you for free, there is no signpost saying welcome to.
I am looking for anything that gives away that we arrived on our destination-ish. Like, on our destination level.
Ooh, was that 2 nat 20s and nat 20 for you as well, Cass?
So now there's a sign.
A sign appears out of nowhere. Cass, just type me an idea of the sort of things you're looking for. Ariel, you look around. The first thing you notice is you can't see any sort of throne, which you would assume there would be for some sort of prince. But as you fly up a little higher, you start to see what you think looks like moving creatures or people off in the distance. Welcome to the first floor. Sweaters, women's wear, and lingerie. Thank you for that one, Indy. Cass is looking for death, decay, and darkness. Well, possibly. Cass, with your decent roll, you notice that your gift from Earthel that you kept is slightly warm in your hands, sort of pulsing, slightly warm. It's a big black book. It's pulsing. You open it. Alright. It is written in a combination of strange languages, but as you turn the pages, as you hold them, it changes into your favourite language to speak. For the moment I will assume common, but if you'd like it to be something else you can do. And you realise that it has Draconic. Cool, it can be Draconic. So, it has a lot of information about Earthel, and it also has a lot of information about the Shadow and the Underrealm. So, Cass, do me... actually, no, your perception's good. Do me an investigation check to try and find... Would you like to try and look for something about a hail, or would you like to look about something to do with where you are now, like ice, that kind of thing? Which would you like to look for?
Indy's just gonna walk up behind Cass, think for a moment, place a finger on her shoulder, nod her head and walk away. After casting guidance.
Aww.
What did that do again?
On an ability check, she gets plus 1d4.
Nice.
Yes, sorry, guess that was a D4. I was about to type that to you. So roll a D4 and add it to your 14, which wasn't bad. Ooh. So a total of 18. All right. Kess, are you going to look for a hail? Are you going to look for ice? What are you going to look for? Kess thinks as she thumbs through her book.
I'm presuming Kiss hasn't changed back from Bekins yet.
Oh yeah, Kess, are you still Brakess?
Didn't she specify turning back just before she was pushed into the thingy?
Yeah, you change back, that is fine. Kess, the Shard and Brakens, well, where Brakens belongs, are supposedly in a hail. He said he is the true ruler of that, and the Shard is most likely to be in his hoard. Okay, looking for a hail. So, with an 18, you flick to the chapter on a hail, and I have it here. So, the short version, because I don't want to read you an entire chapter of the book I wrote. So, instead, the short version is a hail, layer 6, the layer of pride. This is the only level of the Underrealm, exclusive only to the demonic creatures who go there. Other beings are only brought there for torture or fun. Those creatures who inhabit it think themselves above all others. Most enjoy tricking mortals into deals and forcing them to worship them. They exist in a land of silvery darkness. The air glistens, the buildings are grand, and there are huge pits and holes in the ground, so they can peer into other realms and spy on their next prey. The ground and the buildings are tinged with a strange purple light. It is ruled by 8 demonic brothers. Everybody trades souls and items they have tricked out of others. The 8 demon brothers are called Pa, Ridik, Azo, Mako, Kayak, Sa, Thunta, and Niet. Rumours abound that whisper of a 9th brother, Brakens, who went missing several years ago, hundreds of years ago in fact. But the brothers forbid talk of him, saying they were abandoned by a mortal-loving dimwit. Or, rumours also abound that he was banished by the shadow himself. To which Errol has written, Arissa might volunteer to worship Brakens. Oh, some of Brakens, sorry. Very specific part she wants to worship.
Wow.
Looking around, you don't see any buildings, no. Ariel did spot some hint of civilization up ahead of you, but it was all sort of icy fortresses and things like that. Ariel can answer that one. Yes, the icy fortress did look rather fancy. Yes.
Yeah, I'll answer that out loud as well if Cass asks. Then we might be in the wrong area.
There's no mention of ice in the chapter, no. Would you like to do a different investigation check to just flick through? Actually, no, I won't make you investigate. If you want, you can flick through the book now that you've got the hang of it. You can have a look and see if there's mention of ice at all. Okay. After about 15 minutes of searching, Kess, you find information on the 4th layer, known as Quala. I am typing
Koala?
that to you. Koala. The
And then she goes,
layer...
what's a koala?
Koala! Ole! Koala! If Brekens was only here. It is the layer of greed and self-serving. Though all demonic creatures down here are, to a degree, this is the place where people to such an extent are greedy and self-serving that they do not really function very well as a team. Their ruler is in a slumber. He feasted on the soul of a gigantic dragon and is sleeping on its hoard of treasure that he stole. One day, Tuglazar, the old ruler, is rumoured to wake up again, but none know when this will be. Other demonic creatures have risen up in his stead, proclaiming themselves as leaders of Quala and protecting the hoard from other people here greedy for it, including the souls of the damned who are brought here as a sort of punishment for their greed and self-serving, which led them into deals with various creatures down here. They often try to steal things from the hoard as they are so greedy for it, it lives in their very soul. But they live in dirt and dank ice, cold and forever staring into icy mirrors, looking at themselves and seeing that they have nothing left. Cheerful! Cass, are you saying, yes, this is it? Cass wants the souls. Okay.
I am terrified that we might accidentally wake up the old ruler thingy, which will be fun.
Indy's just gonna sit and wait.
Kess wasn't reading this out loud apparently. So Kess, what would you like to share with everybody? Now, I will point out there is no obvious way back. The portal you have stepped through has closed behind you, and all you can see is huge, big slabs of this icy ground. It's basically large bits of rock that are covered in ice and sort of mirrored surfaces. And off to the edges as well, I'll show you an extra picture here as well. Off to the edges, you start to see this. As soon as it loads. There you go. So off to the edges, it looks like there's different paths leading in different places, but the ice stands up in sheafs and walls, so there's like reflections pointing back at you. It's a bit like a big, dark, funhouse mirror trip where you have to go through. Yes, there is like a pit. It's where the ruler is slumbering after he feasted on the soul of a dragon. He is sleeping on the dragon's hoard of treasure that he stole. And yes, there's a big pit. Basically, you are on lots of rocks joined together, floating through this weird sky. If you fall off the edge, you fall into the sky. If you fly up, you fly into the sky. Indy has sat down and is playing chess with the skeleton while waiting.
Can you hear me now?
Yes!
Okay. Okay, it will be easier to describe what I'm trying to figure out. Okay, so in the book it said that pride is connected to the other levels through these holes where they try to spy on, right?
It says that they try to look through at the rest of the world where they can steal people and trick them into deals. This implies that they're looking at Mercer.
Oh, okay.
So they're looking at the world itself.
I thought there was a part of it where they were trying to look at the other circles. No?
Those portals are looking through into other worlds where they're going to try and trick people into coming back with them.
Okay, so they're not connected to other layers.
No, it doesn't appear so. You know that you can get to each layer because there's been the portals that you stepped through initially, so you know there must be a way to get between them.
Right. Okay. So then I would share that. I'm pretty sure we are on the wrong circle. That we are on the 4th circle instead of the 6th. We are on the circle of greed. But I wouldn't go into detail of what's circle of greed.
Okay.
For now, at least.
Okay. So, everybody, what would you like to do?
Indy's gonna look up from her game of chess and say, well, maybe we can find someone here that can guide us to the right level.
Ariel, yes, you can sit on Indy's shoulder.
We'll probably need some sort of portal, right?
Oh, a portal got us here, a portal can get us to somewhere else.
Yeah, so this layer is supposed to have that are really greed, right? So we can surely use that greed against them to get someone to help us, right?
Maybe don't throw the gold coin like I did last time. That wasn't as successful as I hoped.
Maybe not. Okay. So I guess we just need to find some people. So is the crystal maze the closest thing we have to go through then?
Pretty much, yeah. You've got like a big long stream of the floating rocks, and it leads up into the distance to that sort of fortress place, which is where the sort of mirrored walls are that you'll have to go through.
Wait, I can see that. I could see that over the crystal maze?
No, it's like in the horizon. So to get there, you'll have to go across all these sort of slippery rocks, and then you'll get up towards it, and that's where you'll have to go through the sort of glassy corridors.
So, pixie dusting the party to fly over the maze is not an option then.
You could pixie dust them to fly over the very slippery ice rocks if you wanted, but you would have to put them down to go into the fortress because it's pretty much looking like it's sort of, head height, so walking would probably be easier than trying to hover awkwardly.
In that case, I'll...
Well, Ariel, why don't you go fly forward and scout before we go in? So we are just for people at the minute, right? And we just don't want to run into anything dangerous, right? So it's easiest if there are people who can fly.
So what you're trying to do is trying to get me to fly alone to run into the danger.
If that's your problem, I can fly with you.
I'm not gonna take the damage alone, so yeah. Like I'm not gonna get attacked on my own.
Indy's gonna stand up and just crook a finger to beckon the pixie over.
I'm happy to go scouting as well. But I think it's better to scout first.
I'll fly over to Indy as she beckoned me over, like, yeah.
She'll lean over, plant a kiss on his cheek, and give you guns. Take into account you're a pixie, that's probably half your head.
It would also make the pixie blush a bit.
Aww.
And then, wait, does Pixie know that he got guidance?
Nope, she hasn't been really telling anyone.
So all I know is that Indy beckoned me over, gave me a kiss, and sent me on my way again.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, let's go scouting with you then, Cass.
Fine. Okay.
Although I think it's a good idea to try and, not be seen as often as possible. Like, to stay hidden as often as possible, I mean.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so what is the current plan?
I believe Cass and me are going scouting ahead, like, sneakily, and
Yeah.
Okay. So, just making sure I've got my notes all correct here. So, Cass and Ariel go scouting.
Ariel, are you going to lend me pixie dust, or should I use a spell?
I can pixie dust, but it gives off a faint light, like, as it cools down. So that might be a good idea as we're trying to hide.
We'll see. Can I cast without a trace and fly at the same time?
As far as I'm aware, no. So you could be pixie dusted, and then you could cast Pass Without a Trace on you both. Would probably work the best.
Okay, so I can't have.
The Pass Without Trace will help hide the light from pixie dust as well, right? Because it boosts to stealth.
I mean, I don't think fly is a concentration spell.
No, but if Pass Without Trace is, you can't cast any other spells.
Yeah.
And I believe Pass Without Trace is a concentration spell.
Yeah, I think so.
It'll save you a spell slot if nothing else. Do use the pixie dust.
Okay, so we can use the pixie dust and then Pass Without Trace.
Yep, we can always change it up if we need it at some point.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay, are we gonna roll for stealth?
Oh yes.
Yes.
I mean, why else would you cast that?
But Pass Without a Trace, I believe, gives you a plus 10?
Yes. Plus 10. Stealth.
Okay.
Oh my god!
Whoa! Bloody Nora!
Was that with the +4?
Oh shit, I have a +4 as well!
Oh, 1d4.
That's...
and Cass got a nat 20. Well, bloody hell. Meanwhile, Indy is flirting with Arissa, saying, warm enough, you need something to heat the blood up a bit. Because chat has just turned into filth now. Meanwhile, Ariel and Cass float up into the sky with the pixie dust and vanish from your vision. For a moment...
Nat 20 that.
For a moment, you're all quite worried, but then you hear Cass muttering in Ariel's voice, and you hear them moving further away, and they seem to have hidden from you very well indeed. We did quite well, I think. You broke the world. Broke it. Where would you guys like to go? I will leave the rest of you in your filthy, filthy chat.
I want to go to bed.
Belgarath can have a nap. There we go. It's alright. We will finish in about 5 minutes because otherwise the recording's going to go nutty and everyone needs to go to sleep.
Is that all it takes for Indy? To finish in about 5 minutes?
So, Ariel and Cass, are you going off towards this fortress place? Is that where you're going?
I guess so.
Yep. Awesome. Alright, so you guys fly over. It takes you about half an hour to get across all of this big glassy rocks and places. Cass is looking for people. Ariel, are you looking for anything in particular?
Things that would probably kill me.
Okay. You notice that a lot of the icy rocks extend over, and some of them have some quite sharp spikes that you might trip and slip and fall down onto. In fact, it seems like there's a lot of sort of pit traps, as you see some of the rocks have drops into oblivion, and some of them have drops into little sort of cages which have spikes on them. You can see some groaning, like half-dead looking people and some skeletons and things that are impaled on the spikes. Cass, you don't see any other portals currently, but eventually you guys flutter up and you find the front of this wall of sort of icy fortress. You hover up to it, and it basically encompasses a huge sort of wall. It's built into a huge icy rocky wall. You can fly up, but it's almost like a big mountain. You could fly up and over it, but you won't get access from the top. The only access is from a huge gateway door right at the base of the mountain. And you can see through all these sort of icy, glassy corridors, which have huge walls which reflect yourself back on yourself. And Ariel and Kess, you see sort of many, many hundreds of reflections of yourselves as you peer through, and your faces peer back at you, looking. You can see inside shapes. Some ghost-like creatures drift about. Some dead-looking mortals are walking. Some are sitting, staring at their own reflections, and some of them are pawing at the ground. And you can also see some white sort of skeleton-like creatures with long bony tails patrolling around as well. Yes, Kess, you can see souls, essentially the people who are here, not the ghosts, but the people who are dead but still flesh. They still have souls inside them, yes. You may attempt to reap those souls, yes, Kess. Kess, just roll me a d20, just a straight d20, adding nothing. Okay. You can only get to about 10 nearby. The rest are very deep into the fortress, and you couldn't reach in the literal or the figurative term. They're gone. But if you were inside the fortress, you could probably find them. Okay, so you two, is there anything else you'd like to do while you're here?
Wait, how wide is the wall?
The wall, it's sort of slightly see-through and icy, but it looks to be a good sort of 2 to 3 meters thick on the outside to get into this fortress.
Wait, how thick is 3 meters in feet? I mean, meters help me a lot, but not
sorry.
in feet.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. Oh shit.
Yeah, it's a fortress. It's got quite a big wall on the outside.
Yeah, but I have a way to get in, and I'm tempted to use it, but it can only bring me in, and I'm not that enthusiastic about getting myself killed yet.
Okay. So I will say, are you two going to go back and return to the group and let them know what you found?
I think so, but I'm gonna wait for Kess to answer as well.
Okay, so I just managed. Well, take.
Yep, you got the 10, and you've had a little look into the fortress. It looks like you could all walk in there. You could move around. There is a huge gated doorway. It's potential you could get in. There don't seem to be any other creatures or people around outside at the moment, and you can't see any other places or anything. Yeah, you got 10 of the souls, yes, the ones you could reach.
So it's only damned souls in there.
There are some creatures further in as well that you could see sort of moving, but again, the walls are icy and mirror-like, so it's very hard to make out where everything is, because as it moves through, you can see reflections of yourself, 20 or so reflections of other creatures, so it's very tricky peering in there.
Yeah, I think it's fair enough for us to move back, unless you want to do anything else, Ariel.
I think we should go back for now and figure out a plan of attack.
Yes, a plan of attack.
I haven't stormed the castle before, so that will be fun.
Do we need to storm the castle, or do we just sneak?
Only one way to find out, right?
Guess so.
I fly back. I start flying back, pixie dusting her again.
Yeah, so I'm flying back to...
Okay. So, seeing as the recording's coming to its very sweet end, I will say that I will give you a week in the middle so you can discuss this. Although, there may not be a session next week because I am being visited, I believe, by 2 people.
Bum, bum, bum.
Yes.
Ooh.
They're both here. I'm being visited by Arissa and a Belgrath. So we may pause session next week because they'll be tired and travelling and getting back on trains and things. So we will see. However, between now and the next session, I will say you have all reconvened. You've shared all the information about what you have seen and found. You know roughly where you are. So you can discuss amongst yourselves what you would like to do. Storm the fortress, do it. Do whatever you would like. So you will all be back
like
together.
We're being encouraged towards a certain path.
No, it's fine. Do what you like. I have many options.
As long as it's Storm the Fortress.
You can do anything you want as long as it's exactly what I want. No, I'm kidding. It will always be exactly what I want because you're doing whatever you want.
I'm gonna knock on the door and see if they want to buy my Girl Scout cookies.
I like it as a plan.
Are you still going to be wearing what you were wearing?
Oh please! Oh please!
Naked girl.
Lady in her underwear. Would you like my Girl Scout cookies?
I mean, she has the charisma of a bard. You know she can do it.
The issue is they'll develop an addiction, and we can't supply that many cookies yet.
But you'd just be followed around by a horde of icy demons.
We can start Underworld Cookie Corporation and just like drop the entire other quest.
Yeah.
Somebody pin that.
On it.
Okay, so on that entertaining of notes, I say thank you very much for coming and entertaining me for this evening, guys. Welcome to the Underrealm. It's mad. We will continue this where you will decide what you are going to do. So everyone shout Tatty Bear to the recording, and I will turn off for us all.
Tatty Bear to the recording.
Bye.